Sorry, I had to fix this. Thank you, Stefan and Andreas, for the nice introduction. My name is Esther Pelen, and I am IHE Europe's Marcom Chair. For the next part of the session, I would like to introduce Karima Bukar, who will speak about the survey that has been performed last year. So it's really new. On image sharing, medical image sharing among European countries. And Karima has a solid background in health IT. She has been conducting many projects in different hospitals and hospital groups in France. And she also has been involved in IHE Europe and IHE France from the beginnings. So Karima, I would like to hand over to you. And just one more thing, if you have any questions, please raise your hand or use the chat, and I will check if there are any questions inside and ask them to Karima. So Karima, please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Esther. Good morning, everybody. So I will, by this presentation, I will present the work of Imaging Task Force in IHE Europe. So I am just presenting the work of all the groups that was led by Alexander Schanner and from Austria, and Peter De Volder from Belgium. So it was a large group, but it was a very interesting task force. So during the winter 2019-2020, we prepared a survey that was sent to different stakeholders. And this survey had 4 objectives. The first one is to know more on the landscape on imaging share platform and the project deployed in Europe. To learn on which profile and standards solutions are implemented by the vendor. To better understand the strengths and weaknesses of the IHE profiles, and also to identify new needs that today IHE profile has not covered. In few words, is to share a best practice, to share experience between different projects in Europe, and to better understand also what is in place. So the methodology, we developed 2 questionnaires. For them. Asked them what are the profiles that are implemented in their product. Esther, I have just a problem because I see, perhaps if I do like this, it's fine now. Thank you. So sorry. We obtained 16 questionnaires, 8 from users coming from different countries in Europe, so Austria, France, Switzerland, Finland, and Belgium. And we had also 8 questionnaires from vendors. Just an overview of the 2 questionnaires. For the user questionnaire, we ask more about their project, a general description of their project, what are the business cases that are implemented, what are the scope and the functionalities that are implemented. We ask them some question about the project management, and also what are the implementation, the status of their implementation, the technology, what are the systems they used, content and images and the standards that are used for developing diagnostic imaging report and for images. Some comments about the deployment, what are their expectations and the benefit by using IHE profile, improvement, question about performance and security aspect. For the vendor questionnaire, we are more focused on the product and the profile that are implemented in their products. And we ask them to provide some project where their products are implemented. We asked them the development roadmap, but this question was a little bit difficult for them to answer due to the competition between them. So first part, the user questionnaire. We had several types of projects, and this project have been distributed at different scales from local level. For example, when the healthcare providers are geographically closed, at the regional level with more participants, and at the national level when a national authority is also involved. Here you have the three type of project with the content at the national project. One, develop a framework for image sharing. We had also the nationwide repository for imaging data, and also more focus on the multidisciplinary exchange. At the regional level, we have some projects on radiology and nuclear medicine, imaging sharing for 27 hospitals or more with the 14 organizations, and the remote access to locally stored images. So some regional healthcare network interconnecting hospital with ambulatory healthcare professionals. At the local level, it's a French project. This project includes 3 hospitals and 1 cancer hospital. Here you have the table. Of course, I will not go to all the detail. You will find the report today. This report is available on the IHE Europe website. But just an overview, the first project called Tele-O is a French project at the regional scale. In the south of France, you have a region called Occitanie. And this region is the result of the merging of the two regions in south of France. It was called Languedoc-Roussillon and Midi-Pyrénées. So now we have only one region called Occitanie. And the objective is to have a shared platform of images. And each of the previous region had their own imaging platform. And today the idea is to merge these two platforms in only one with this big region. And this is the work that is done today. In Finland, you know all the project Kanta, developed by Kanta, and Kanta developed Kanta imaging data. And this Kanta imaging data is a part of the nationwide Kanta services in Finland. With the main functionalities is to store imaging data and related patient clinical data to the national repository, and of course to enable access to the stored imaging and patient clinical data, and also some updates. They have also ideas to develop future features like a secondary use of data and to manage radiation exposure data. Another project at the regional level in France called IRIS, that is a project that involves some public hospital with the private practice and also one cancer hospital in a big town and its suburb, so in Bordeaux. Other project, you know, also the Swiss project, EPR, Electronic Patient Record. So the eHealth Suisse, the National Center of Competence, is working on offering additional services, such as a point-to-point communication in radiology. They publish recommendations on the use of ORF, order and referral by form, and provide a FHIR implementation guide based on the structured data capture. Another project, Nobis image sharing in Austria, in Lower Austria, that gather 27 hospitals to have an access in imaging. And the last one is Krypton, also in the new region called Nouvelle-Aquitaine in France, with the objective to share image and also the report on radiology and nuclear medicine. The two last is in Belgium. We have the Réseau Santé Wallon that give remote access to locally stored images and also provide access, an index to the available radiology report and an access, of course, of the content of the report. And the last one is a BouSafe Plus, which provide an XDS repository for multidisciplinary exchange in the region of Bruxelles. So more information are available in the presentation and in the report on the website. So in summaries and synthesis here, we provide some elements. So in terms of business cases, so what are the business cases that are implemented in this project? Mainly is what the stakeholders are asking is to request of expertise and also multidisciplinary consultation meeting for multidisciplinary consultation meeting. And the last and the most preferable is to provide information of the patient when the patient is moving from one location to another location or from one hospital to another hospital. This is the main use cases that are implemented, and other use cases concern telemedicine. In terms of scope, as we said, we have the nationwide service, regional service, and local. So at the nationwide service is storing imaging data and related patient data to the national repository, enabling access to the stored imaging and patient data, and update and change management of stored data, with possible future functionality in secondary use of data and radiation exposure data management. You have the regional folder to secure diagnosis, especially when the patient is moving from one hospital to another or one location to another location in the same region. We have order and referral with the bidirectional communication, and also the centralized neutral archive, accessible, of course, by hospital, mainly public hospital. What are the characteristics of this project? Seven projects are in use. So this is the status with a real system. Others are in the conceptual phase or in the implementation phase. Most of them are at the national or regional scale, as we saw with the different projects. And they are using a pool method based on IHE profile and standards. We had the question about patient consent, and we obtain various policies that are in place. One is asking by oral. The healthcare professional asks the patient if he or she gives his or her consent. We had the opt-out policies with different ways to implement these opt-out policies. For example, using BPPC profile or to have consent documents and restrictions that are stored in the CDA document. And in some you have a national policy for medical exchange that that should be implemented everywhere at the regional, mostly at the national and regional level.
Karima, sorry to interrupt. I have a question in the chat from Onno Gabo, the Netherlands. Is there experience with connecting different regions? And what are the challenges in those projects?
I don't see any project that are connecting different regions. As I said, we had one project with the two regions in France that were merged in one big region, so they merged their platform. At the beginning, they try to exchange between the two, but the main idea is to have one big imaging platform. Otherwise, is at the national level, but I don't see projects that are interconnecting different regions.
Okay, thanks.
So I cannot answer the second part, which is what are the challenges, because we have no experience on that.
Okay, thank you.
I hope I answered the question. In terms of technical environment, so we had some projects that are using XDS architecture and XDSI environment with the XDI environment, only one. Some of the projects use DICOM web. One project on the using HL7 file, and otherwise we have proprietary solution. The projects are multi-vendor for PACS and RIS. In terms of standard for imaging report format, different format also is various. Then some of them are using CDA release 2. So with the structure section, coding header plus body text is mainly what we have, to be clear. It's really difficult to have for the moment some implementation with the complete structure CDA document. We have CDA with Unicode text body, and we have also CDA release 2 header plus PDF body as specified in XDS SD, and one define a file document. We had also other type of standard used, HL7 version 3, file-based point-to-point. In Belgium, we have Khmer. Some are using also CDA referral summary and other proprietary standards, mainly in Belgium. In terms of images, several types of images from CT, MR, PET, and others, so mammography, angiography, radiography, and so on. And you see also other, some secondary capture, digital X-ray, X-ray radiation, and other nuclear medicine studies. We asked them, so what are the expected benefits by implementing this kind of project? So the main is about the cooperation between healthcare professionals. The platform will support emergencies management, used for the multidisciplinary meeting, to decrease cost on handling imaging data and to have also good return on investment, to improve healthcare delivery processes through streamlining the access to data, reduce examination and redundancy and reduce duplicate act, interoperable order and referral, as well as result transfer between order placer and order filler in different institutions, mostly it's for referral. To share imaging examination rapidly so that they can be used in everyday practice. This is the main expected benefit. Some unexpected impact of IHE profile. Just to come back on this expected benefit is also, of course, it will be really helpful, but some of the project raise the problem of the performance. And after investigating this problem and we obtain different results about this performance. The conclusion is the performance is more related to the configuration of the systems, more than related to the IHE profile, because many of the people are confusing the architecture and the configuration of the system with the use of the IHE profiles. And we asked them, so what are the unexpected impact of IHE profile for imaging sharing? And I can say that they are, I agree with them. The first one is that there is an extensive and complex documentation that is sometimes difficult to understand, interpret, and apply. We have now a lot of documents on that topic, and to understand all this complex documentation is not so easy and need training. Some profiles are staying in the trial implementation mode for too long. The other unexpected impact is availability of compliant implementation that will be easy to procure, install, and maintain. We have a vendor that are promoting proprietary solution, The profiles are not used by enough institutions yet. Some inertia are also investigated in this point. Availability of a former national standard. This is the main unexpected impact of IHE for IHE profiles. And this is what was collected from the user side. Just 1 minute, do you or two, do you have some question about this part before going to the vendors part?
No more questions here, but there is still room for some questions. So if somebody has a question, yes, please do. I see a question coming in. It's announced or a remark that the European Cross eHealth is not on the list. Will this project also focus on image exchange?
You are speaking about cross-border exchange of clinical documents. Is that the question? Is it about this point?
I think so.
Okay. So yes. Okay. Thank you. So the study was done. So we sent the questionnaire to the country directly to the country, not at the European level. But we know all that in 2019, in February 2019, the European Commission delivered a recommendation about cross-border exchange and regarding the format of clinical document using CDA and also DICOM for images and diagnostic imaging report. From 2020, so a new project started in September called ICSI Health in order to develop the format, the standard for imaging, for image and diagnostic imaging report. The project is in progress. And of course, the objective is in the future to exchange this diagnostic imaging report cross-border as it is today implemented for e-prescription dispensing and dispense, and also patient summary. So for the moment, the Europe is in the stage of specifying the documents and also the transport services using XDS profile. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, you have. And if I may ask one more question, if you could look in your glass sphere, if you could look in the future, do you expect that the specifications the EU will make be compatible with all those standards or all those techniques in use? Or do you expect that regions, countries will have to re-implement a new solution?
What we see with this experience, or this project, is we have more and more, is my point of view, of course I am just speaking for myself, we see that more and more standard and profile are used in this imaging platform. And you see there are some barriers that should be answered, as we see with all these unexpected impact. But we see that many of the projects are more and more using CDA for the diagnostic imaging report, or are using, of course, DICOM. It's now, there is no doubt for images. All the PACS are using DICOM. Yes, there are some transition phase to be done, and to harmonize all these projects in the future. So I think it will, we don't know how long it will take. Of course, it will take some time, but more and more people are using the same standard and profiles. I don't know if I answered the question, but they need some transition phase, and with the renewal of the different PACS and solution, we'll go with more and more harmonization, I think.
Yeah, thank you. Looking forward to the specifications, so we can all convert to one.
Yeah, to one with some local some extension. For example, when the regulation is not exactly the same from one country to country, but the main objective is to use and to go in the same direction. And I think I am optimistic, even if it takes time.
It's good to be optimistic. Thank you.
So, and we cannot do this harmonization if the vendor are not also supporting this initiative. And now we'll see the questionnaire from vendor. And the slides will present for each vendor that answer, of course, their product and the profile that are implemented or used based on their integration statement only. So I would say in the real life, they have their product and with their version. So the integration statement is related to one product with their version. So it could be, it's just a caution, it could be different from what is implemented in the real life. Vendors also provide some projects where their products are implemented. The objective is eventually to contact this project and to discuss with them for this real project. So we obtain 8 questionnaires from vendors. The first, so we have some slides about that. The first one is DOPCO medical system with its product. We have Chile with the Chile PACS, Siemens with different products, and for PACS and also the VNA, and the list of the profile that are implemented based on the integration statement, to be clear. And you see then all the profiles that are today very well known by the vendors and implemented in some of their solutions. Another product from Siemens, AGFA, with different products, PACS and other, and also one VNA, and also, as you see, has also a different profile already implemented in there. solution. I don't want to go in more detail of this profile. We will see in the report. And as user said, you see there are a lot of profile, complex specification, and vendors are implementing this profile. We have General Electric Healthcare with also some packs, yes, with also a list of profile. Fujifilm with Synapse and VNA. This is the result that we have in terms of companies, and you see all the profiles that are implemented. And in summary, this is the landscape of the profiles that are implemented and the actor. We see that many, they implement imaging document source and imaging document consumer. That's also a repository, many registry, imaging document responder, and imaging initiating this is what we have.
Oh, Karima, your sound is not so good. Maybe you can repeat. It was not very clear. Thanks.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay. In this schema, we try to summarize what are implemented in the product. So, and the actor from IHE profile. So we have many imaging document source and imaging document consumer for the packs. Repository, for example, for the VNA, and other actors from other profile like XAI with initiating imaging gateway. And we have also other actors as a registry and imaging document responder. In terms of project, they provide some project where their products are implemented. For Synedra IT, we have one project in Switzerland. Has and provide packs for imaging document source in several EPD projects. For ACFA in teleradiology, ACFA and Dedalus, as you know, there were some exchange between ACFA and Dedalus. So we have a different teleradiology project in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. For General Electric is in US. They provide some project in US and also in France with the APHM. HPM is the university hospital in Marseille, in south of France. For ACFA, we have a project in Netherlands and also in France, in the East region in France, deploying an imaging data sharing service. Siemens proposed a project in Austria, again, is for imaging sharing platform. Chile proposed also a project in Germany. And DOPCO has several projects in Belgium, in private and public imaging department, but also in hospital. So in conclusion, this first study provides a good overview on the existing project on the implementation of IHE profile in imaging platform at the national, regional, and local healthcare providers in different countries in Europe. But even if it is, we had a good result, and I would like to thank all the region, all the projects, and also vendors to have answering the questionnaire. It was the first one, but the task force of imaging think that we need to have a more thorough gap analysis that should be performed in order to highlight evidence on the interoperability solution used in the project as presented in the previous slide. So to better understand how the interoperability is implemented in project. And also to collect numbers of system actors that are really implemented in a multi-vendors environment. It's not easy to obtain this kind of information, and we need to go further in this analysis and also to answer the question that you raised for the user side, meaning about the harmonization of the use and also the use of the profile in the project, and to have more harmonization and to also better understand and to share the practices between all these projects. We know that it's a complex project, but I think we have a very good result today in this different environment, and perhaps we need to know more about them. I think I finished my presentation. So I am open for a question, please.
Yes, we have around 8 minutes left. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, there are room for questions now.
I thought somebody would wanted to speak. I see no more questions in the chat, but there might be any questions left to the audience. So if you would like to raise a question, please go ahead.
Do we have Christina online? Ah, okay. So we have Christina, and Christina can also present the experience in the Aquitaine, Nouvelle-Aquitaine region if you want, because we have time for that. So Christina, do you want to present your slide? Christina? No, I was thinking she was online. No. So any other question?
Perhaps a question to Onno. Evert Sanders here, IHE Netherlands.
Yes.
Onno Gabel, still there?
Yeah.
Well, in the Netherlands, we have a project not mentioned in this survey, twin projects, exchanging images. We started with exchanging electronically, well, CDs, but now we want to accelerate based on XDS image and report exchange. And in fact, we have the same problem as Karima illustrates, how to get everybody in the same mode. And it sounds rather easy, but it is complex. What are the main topics, main problems we face now in the Netherlands? Is that technically or is that more organizational?
That's a very good question, Evert. You see, if you think in the layers of the interoperability framework, you see there are challenges on each layer. So we have technical challenges that, although there are IT profiles and there's still a difficulty in connecting several systems. But we also, when we have conquered the technical challenges, we directly face the challenges on the information layer. As Karima said, DICOM is DICOM. That's quite clear, and images, most images can be exchanged. But we do have challenges in where some vendors use private DICOM subclasses and transfer syntaxes. But also, especially in the area of reports, there is more than one standard to use. And not every vendor has implemented all the standards there are. So you have some interoperability issues in that area. And then we are talking about the structure of a report, and that's more technical. And the other challenge is on the information put into the report. That's sometimes unstructured or not complete, or but there's also sort of challenges that hospital or organizations do not exactly know how their information is presented outside. So they think they have everything in order, but the receiver of the information has challenges because information is missing or is presented in a way that the receiver cannot understand. But the last and also a very big challenge is the circle of trust. And everything you have in order to make sure that you have consent and you know who's looking at the data, and do they have the authorities or the rights to access that data. You also need consent on consensus on that level. And it's not the area where IT is very strong in. We do not have profiles on that. But I hope we can learn from each other so we don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. And Karima, is that maybe a question? Do you know if on the other levels in the operability framework, there are best practices published?
So you are speaking about the level of organization. You have organization, information, technical application, and communication, and the legal aspect. In terms of organization, I'm not aware. Perhaps there are other reports on that topic, but we did not really work on that topic at the organizational level. In terms of information, so I mentioned the project XC Health. We are working today to specify structure diagnostic imaging report based on the CDA from DICOM. I don't know if you know that DICOM publish a part on the structuration of the diagnostic imaging report based on CDA release 2. So we are working with this standard. And there are also some modeling, information modeling on that topic. We hope that it will concour to the development of the standard on the imaging diagnostic report. This is what I know. But at the organizational level, I agree with you. It is a very important point that need to be taken into account. Yeah.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. I'm taking my role as a moderator. It's 1 minute to 11, so we need to stop here.
Just one point about the consent. IHE has
yes.
developed also some profile called EPPC and EPPC. And I finish. Thank you.
Thank you for this last edition. And I think there is, we need more space to have this discussion at another occasion, but that's good to hear. So thank you all the speakers, Stefan, Andreas, Karima, and the audience for your active input. And we hope to see you soon in one of the other sessions. So thank you very much and have a nice day to you all.
Thank you.
Have a nice day too.
Have a nice day too.